You're watching Good Morning Suncoast at 6.
Coming up, the search is on for a man suspected of killing another Sarasota man last week. We'll tell you where deputies are now looking.
Plus, President Trump gets a look at damage left behind by Hurricane Michael. We'll tell you what he had to say about the disaster zone.
And a closer look at the ongoing local efforts to bring donations to storm victims in the Panhandle. Good Morning Suncoast starts right now. Good morning, folks. Glad you're awake. 6 o'clock. I'm Ray Collins.
And I'm Jess Staldrick. Happy Tuesday morning. Let's head right over to meteorologist John Scalzi. It's a humid one already today, John. Is it going to get any better?
Humid but quiet. Yeah, it's going to get a lot worse actually in terms of the humidity and the daytime high temperatures added together to bring a feels like of over 100 this afternoon. Not much in the way of any kind of cooling rain showers either. Satellite view shows plenty of sunshine, kind of coast to coast and horizon to horizon here on the Suncoast. We're looking at Titan radar being also dry across the entire state. I mean, we have seen sprinkles out in the Atlantic waters on occasion during this month, but nothing right now. Big ridge of high pressure sits over us, and that will really kind of suppress any rain shower chances to about 10% today as we climb throughout the morning to a high of about 92 this afternoon. Back to you.
All right, talk to you again soon. Thank you, John. Checking the roads, some buildup there on 64 westbound as you head toward the Braden River, 301 northbound as you get around the Bayshore Gardens area. Farther south, you'll see Clark Road, some congestion around Lockwood Ridge westbound. And then our final map to the south, that will indicate a couple issues. First off, 41 southbound around the 681 connector, some congestion there already, and also some debris still on the road at exit 182 Sumter Boulevard in Northport. Developing overnight, the manhunt is on this morning for a man accused of killing another Sarasota man last week.
The Sarasota County Sheriff's Office is searching for 31-year-old Daniel Davenport, who's been named a suspect in the death of 55-year-old Sergio Hostens. Hostens' remains were found last week at a work site in Collier County, just one day after he was reported missing. Davenport had been living in the Fairway Oaks development in Sarasota while Hostens was staying in an apartment complex off of University Parkway. But details as to exactly what happened have yet to be released.
Being that I have 6 children living in my home, I'm very scared. I'm worried.
Kind of frightening. Make sure, I don't know, to keep a lookout and keep everything locked up.
Deputies say Davenport could be driving the victim's green Subaru Forester with a Florida license plate. We'll have the latest on this story later this hour right here on ABC 7. President Trump and the First Lady are back in Washington after touring some of the devastation left behind by Hurricane Michael in the Panhandle and in Georgia.
As reporter Camilla Bernal tells us, tens of thousands are still without power in Panama City.
He wanted to know not only my welfare, but the people that were around me on the block and what it felt like to go through this.
5 days after much of the Florida Panhandle was torn apart by Hurricane Michael, President Trump is in the state to see it firsthand. Joined by the First Lady and Florida Governor Rick Scott, the president first took an aerial tour of the devastation.
First responders, FEMA, the job they've done is incredible.
From there, the Trumps went to a distribution center to help pass out supplies and then headed to tour areas ravaged in Georgia.
Governor, I'd like to thank you on behalf of the country. What a job you've done in Georgia.
Thousands across the region are relying on donations and government assistance for necessities like food, water, and shelter, and several are still missing. FEMA approved transitional sheltering assistance for families in Bay County, Florida, one of the hardest hit areas. This will provide survivors short-term lodging if their homes or communities have been destroyed. Residents of 10 other counties are also eligible for individual assistance.
Damage is so widespread. We've registered over 20,000 people already in individual assistance within FEMA.
And Trump has pledged the areas impacted will have all the help they need to get their communities back up and running. In Panama City, I'm Camila Bernal.
Groups across the Suncoast are continuing to band together to help Hurricane Michael victims. Numerous organizations are collecting donations to bring to the Florida Panhandle. The Manatee County Sheriff's Office is collecting common household goods every day until Sunday at 3 locations, including their main office on 301 in Bradenton. And iHeartMedia will be collecting donations for the American Red Cross at several locations across the Suncoast throughout the week.
There are people that still haven't been located. and there are neighborhoods that are still not really accessible. So the need is going to be here for a little bit, and it's important to know every little bit helps.
We've put a full list of collection sites and what they're accepting on our website. Just head over to mysuncoast.com.
Food is still scarce in parts of the Panhandle, so volunteers at All Faiths Food Bank in eastern Sarasota County are hoping to feed at least 50,000 people in need. All Faiths sent 2 emergency response teams to the Panhandle to help with relief efforts after the storm hit. Now boxes are being packed up to be sent to the only food bank in Tallahassee. If you want to volunteer or drop off donations, contact All Faiths Food Bank off Fruitville Road in eastern Sarasota County. Meantime, Venice firefighters have a team of 4 helping in the Panhandle right now, and they'll swap them out with 4 others shortly. They'll be there for 7 days until another group goes to switch out with them. The department is also collecting non-perishable donations at 2 locations, Venice City Hall on the island and Fire Station 3 on Laurel Road. They're also collecting cash donations, which can be taken to Fire Station 2 on East Venice Avenue.
Holmes Beach Police is partnering with Manatee County Search and Rescue to be a drop-off location for donations, and those will be taken to the Panhandle. They're looking for items like duct tape, tarps, cleaning supplies, diapers, personal hygiene, and feminine products. They're also in desperate need of clothes like t-shirts, underwear, socks, and shoes. And first responders, they're in need of pants and boots. They will drop the items off there this weekend. Again, you can drop off any supplies you want to donate at the Holmes Beach Police Department. Don't forget to download our free weather app for the latest alerts. You can also check out our website, mysuncoast.com, under the Weather and Hurricane Center tab. You'll find a link to our 1-hour hurricane special and our printable hurricane guide.
It is 6:06 right now. Still ahead on Good Morning Suncoast, an interrogation gone wrong. The latest on a missing Saudi journalist who hasn't been seen since going inside this Turkish consulate 2 weeks ago.
And coming up at 6:30, we'll tell you why red tide is believed to be the cause of tens of thousands of dead fish in Naples. But first, here's a look at the forecast.
Here's a peek outside at the Rosemary District. A little pretty shot there. I love that picture. Well lit there in the downtown skyline. John Scalzi, warm one this week. And how's the air quality these days?
Yeah, it looks pretty good for us today. It's at a 23, I believe, 33, which is still in the good category, well into the good category, so no issues there. Sometimes you got to watch it with big ridges of high pressure sitting over us. Beach forecast, if you're heading to the beach, looks pretty good for you today. We'll have a little bit of a sea breeze building in the afternoon, and the temperature will be around 89 degrees. The UV index an 8, sun angle just a little bit lower, so the water temperatures are also cooling just a little bit as well. Have the complete forecast in a minute.
Are you a food lover, restaurant goer, or home cook? Then check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com, your guide to the foodie lifestyle. ABC 7's own Chef Judy serves up her favorite recipes, cooking tips and trends, dining blogs, and helpful step-by-step videos. And you'll love the restaurant guide with direct links to your favorite Suncoast eateries. Whether you're cooking in or dining out, whet your appetite with tasty tips from Chef Judy at mysuncoast.com/dining.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
Ready to open up new opportunities as an electrician? Don't do it yourself. Team up with Mr. Sparky instead. We're locally owned and looking for people like you. We offer our electricians great perks that you just won't get going it alone. And whether you're an apprentice, a master electrician, or somewhere in between, we have a spot for you.
Best decision I ever made.
Apply online or call today.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8-SPARKY.
Honda, I like it. Your last chance for 2018 Honda Accords on sale is now during our model year-end sale. Drive new Accords for just $249 a month. Get an Accord, the North American car of the year, for less than the competition. With more standard features than Camry, Honda Sensing, multi-angle camera, turbocharged engine, and more. New Accords, just $249 a month. Your last chance for Accords, all on sale this week at your local Honda dealer.
Rugs as Art. You know the name, you know the building, but do you know what's inside? Yes, Rugs as Art is Florida's #1 area rug superstore. But there is so much more. Amazing furniture, accessories, and art. All this and more. Come see for yourself. You'll love our personal touch and be pleasantly surprised by our affordable prices. Rugs as art and more. There is so much more to explore.
Blue 32, Blue 32, hut hut! It's the Ghetto Gridiron Challenge. The game's on to sell 2,000 vehicles. 12 teams compete for the #1 spot. Score a great deal at every Ghetto dealership. Buy with 0 down. Make no payments for 90 days. Choose from 14 of your favorite brands, all on sale. Who will make it to the end zone? You decide. Rush to a Ghetto location near you or visit Ghetto.com.
Ghetto's got it.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
I took my first handful of pills, and that's when all my priorities seemed to change.
He would ask to use the bathroom in other people's homes.
He just assumed that they would have medication.
He'd go in their medicine cabinets and steal prescription drugs.
I wish I knew really what these prescription pills were.
We were so naive about the whole drug thing.
These are all synthetic forms of heroin.
Keep your medication locked up because you'll never notice that a pill is gone.
Mind your meds. Learn more from the Partnership for Drug-Free Kids.
Now your ABC 7 First Alert Weather Forecast with meteorologist John Scalzi.
Temperature is warm to start off your morning, coming in at 75 degrees. Becky in Omayaka has 69, a little cooler there, but not so much other places. Cooper in central Sarasota has 77, and our weather watcher Al Northport comes in with 75. No rain to report from any of them, really. East wind at 6. We have a dew point value at 74. It's a steamy start to what will end up being a very warm afternoon. Daytime highs today will steadily climb through morning hours with plenty of sunshine around to around 92 degrees by 3. And we'll factor in only the slightest little chance of a shower today. Big ridge of high pressure sitting over us, plus drier air aloft combining to give us only a 10% chance of rainfall a little bit later on. It's something you don't really see very often, and that is Titan radar showing the entire state of Florida completely devoid of rainfall. That might be true in a month or so, but usually in October you can pick out at least a shower or two, especially down toward the Keys. But right now, everything is very quiet out there. This big ridge of high pressure is our dominant determining weather feature for the next several days, and it's going to provide us with that easterly wind. That easterly wind keeps our sea breeze pinned pretty close to our coastline. If you're looking for rainfall, got to go over my shoulder back to the west. That's where the showers are located. Little area of low pressure riding along a stalled frontal boundary like a car on a railroad track, providing the rain showers localized to that frontal boundary. We've got some showers that could be pretty heavy around Dallas, Houston today, drifting off to the north and to the east along that frontal boundary, staying far away from us. Will we see any showers in Florida? Well, yeah, we may, mostly down to the south where the moisture is thickest. That's the best location for seeing any kind of rain today. For us, maybe an isolated shower, but the direction of motion will be the same for any showers that do develop, and they will be building in inland areas, drifting to the coast as they die out. High pressure remains with us at least through the end of the weekend. We may have a couple of fronts that try to work their way through, some backdoor cold fronts on Thursday into Friday, particularly Friday, and then again over the course of the second half of the weekend we may see a cold front trying to work its way a little closer to us. But today, humid, very warm, and mostly dry. So if you look at the futurecast and put it into motion, you'll watch those showers along the stalled frontal boundary continuing on today. But in our area, most of the showers kind of build along the sea breeze front and then are pushed a little bit closer to our coastline, with the best chance of coverage down to the southern tip of the state. Otherwise, we stay dry with the best chance of thunderstorms located right along the west coast of Florida, where the sea breeze is kept pretty close to the coastline. Inland areas, I doubt you're going to see much in the way of rainfall really for the next 4 or 5 days, I think, until that backdoor cold front arrives on Friday. And don't get too excited about the backdoor cold front because it's not going to bring us much in the way of cooler air. The cold front will basically stall out over us or just to our south before we get much in the way of cooler weather coming. South wind at about 5 knots with a sea breeze building northeast this evening. Light chop. Nice day to be out on the water. 10% chance of rain showers today with a high of about 92. Then as we head into the next several days, we'll up the rain chance a little bit on Friday because of that backdoor cold front approaching. But it stalls out and doesn't do much more for our temperatures. Our daytime high on Saturday, 89. Another cold front approaches on Sunday. That one may lower our temperatures to more seasonable values. Back to you.
All right. Thank you, John. Taking a look now at first alert traffic. We begin in Manatee County this morning. There are a few issues near the 15th Street East intersection and State Road 70. There's some slowdown there right near Oneco. We head south into Sarasota County. Overall, things are running smoothly. A little bit of a slowdown on Fruitville Road there in Sarasota. And further south in South County, we still have debris on the road southbound on I-75 at the Sumter Boulevard exit. It's 6:15 on this Tuesday morning. There are new developments in the case of a missing Saudi journalist. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo is now in Saudi Arabia, and new reports say the Saudi royal family is considering a plan to admit responsibility.
ABC's Emily Rao has the latest from Washington.
This morning, Secretary of State Mike Pompeo arriving in Saudi Arabia. President Trump sending his top diplomat to meet with the Saudi royal family about the disappearance of Washington Post columnist Jamal Khashoggi after the president himself called the king on Monday.
The king firmly denied any knowledge of it. He didn't really know. Maybe, I don't want to get into his mind, but it sounded to me like maybe these could have been rogue killers. Who knows?
That denial, despite Turkish officials claiming they have proof the Saudis interrogated, tortured, and then murdered Khashoggi, a Saudi citizen and former royal family insider turned critic who self-exiled to the U.S. A team of Saudi investigators now at the consulate in Istanbul, Turkey, where 14 days ago Khashoggi walked through the same doors to complete paperwork for his upcoming wedding and hasn't been seen since. And now the New York Times reporting the Saudis are considering a plan to blame Khashoggi's death on an overzealous government agent.
I heard that report, but nobody knows if it's an official report. So far, it's just the rumor of a report coming out.
That storyline potentially giving the royal family a way out of a growing diplomatic crisis.
Some lawmakers want more action from President Trump, who's been criticized for his cozy relationship with the Saudi royal family. But the president repeatedly denouncing the idea of canceling a major arms deal with the Saudis, saying it would only hurt the United States. Emily Rao, ABC News, Washington.
More on this story now. Turkish investigators continue to search the Saudi Arabian consulate in Istanbul, looking for evidence in the story. A CNN team saw a blue light inside one of the rooms being searched. In fact, there it is right there. Turkish investigators have not yet said what they discovered inside the consulate. The columnist was last seen entering that building 2 weeks ago today.
Officials say more than 200 children from separated undocumented immigrant families are still in U.S. custody. The new numbers come as the Trump administration considers a new pilot program that could result in the separations of even more kids and parents. A status hearing in the family separations case is scheduled for this afternoon. In June, the government was ordered to reunite most of the families it had divided, including parents and children who had been separated due to their now reversed zero-tolerance policy at the border. And some separations that occurred before that policy was put in place. Since then, over 2,000 children have been discharged from government custody and reunited with their parents.
A federal judge has thrown out adult film actress Stormy Daniels' defamation lawsuit against President Trump. Daniels had filed suit after the president tweeted that Daniels' claims that she'd been threatened by a Trump associate was a total con job. He wrote that. She didn't like it. The judge issued an order saying that Trump's tweet was an exaggerated claim against an adversary, but nothing worthy of defamation.
President Trump is not even halfway through his first term, but he has already raised more than $100 million for his re-election in 2020. His campaign says 98% of the money he received during the third quarter of 2018 came from small contributions of up to $200. Trump launched his re-election campaign the day he was inaugurated. The money he has raked in so far puts him ahead of a crowded field of potential Democratic challengers in 2020. Still ahead on Good Morning Suncoast, we'll tell you about the new fallout from a viral video showing a black man being blocked from entering his own apartment building.
And at 6:30, tens of thousands are still without power in the Panhandle, and now some residents of Mexico Beach are being allowed to return to what's left of their homes. We'll have a closer look at the hurricane devastation. 6:19 right now, a live look at Biscayne Bay. Just love that sky. Isn't that beautiful right now?
It is beautiful. The sun's starting to rise already this morning.
More news headlines coming up on Good Morning Suncoast.
Hello, Mom.
Amanda's mom's appointment just got rescheduled for today. Amanda needs right at home. Our customized care plan provides as much or as little help as her mom requires, whether it's a ride to the doctor or help around the house.
Oh, of course. Tom, I am really sorry. I've got to go.
Look, call right at home. Get the right care right at home.
Stop in and save big on new Ram trucks during Ram Power Days at Sunset Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, Fiat in Sarasota. The Ram 1500 has been named a Consumer Guide Best Buy for 6 years running. Get an all-new 2019 Ram Quad Cab for as little as $24,999. Or save big and get up to $14,328 off a new Ram Bighorn Crew Cab. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, Fiat in Sarasota.
I was always worried and scared. Mom was in pain. She wasn't going to get any better, and all the trips to the ER were painful for all of us. Then we called Tidewell Hospice, and everything changed. Now she has care in our home when she needs it, surrounded by family. We know we don't have much time left with Mom, but we decided to make the best out of that time. Tidewell Hospice, it's more than you think.
You now have the power to prioritize your Facebook feed and get local news and information from the team you trust. Go to the ABC7 Sarasota page on Facebook. Give us a like, then click following and choose See First. That's it. Customize even more by choosing notifications. Choose breaking news, posts, live videos, anything you want to see in real time. Take control of your newsfeed and stay connected to what's happening in your community with ABC7 on Facebook.
Teachers inspire our children and promote a lifetime of learning. So ABC7 and Gettle Automotive wants to honor these chalkboard champions by giving them the chance to win $500. But we need your help. Go to mysuncoast.com/chalkboardchampions to nominate an outstanding teacher who's really making a difference. And each month we'll deliver $500 to one teacher in Sarasota County and one in Manatee County. Go to mysuncoast.com and nominate your chalkboard champion today.
ABC7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you. Watch ABC7 wherever you are, on our live stream, on mysuncoast.com, on the ABC7 My Suncoast app, powered by the Eye Associates, providing sight for life, featuring traffic maps and live radar, dining with recipes, and My Suncoast Restaurant Guide. Visit mysuncoast.com. Click on the Apps tab to download the ABC7 My Suncoast app for Apple and Android. Download the all-new ABC7 First Alert Weather app now. Tonight on ABC7 News at 7.
I'm the only one that has the academic credentials to teach K through 12 gifted, all the way through the PhD level.
I'm interested in school, and the details of school is what I know about.
They battled in the primary election. Now they debate again ahead of the November election. I'm Alan Cohn. Incumbent Scott Hopes and challenger Joe Stokes square off at the Trapezoid.
Tonight on ABC7 News at 7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Welcome back. There's new fallout this morning following a viral video that shows a black man being blocked from entering his own apartment.
ABC's Lindsay Davis has the story.
In this morning's GMA First Look.
Please move, ma'am.
I can.
Okay.
Do you live here?
I'll answer that question. Excuse me.
The woman in this now viral video has now been fired from her job after trying to block an African-American man from returning to his apartment in this luxury building.
I don't like the fact you have your phone in my face.
De'Arion Toll says he was returning from work Friday night to his loft apartment in downtown St. Louis when Hillary Mueller tried to prevent him from entering the building. She gets in the elevator with him.
I want to know who you're going to see.
And follows him to his apartment.
You just follow me all the way to my door.
As the plane.
And you see my keys in the door. It made me feel really uncomfortable, made me feel less of a human, and I feel like I was being judged.
And we'll have more with the man who shot this video coming up at 7 a.m. With your GMA First Look, I'm Lindsay Davis, ABC News, New York.
Managing my type 2 diabetes wasn't my top priority until I held her. I found my Traceba reason. Now I'm doing more to lower my A1C. Once daily Traceba controls blood sugar for 24 hours for powerful A1C reduction.
Traceba is a long-acting insulin used to control high blood sugar in adults with diabetes. Don't use Traceba to treat diabetic ketoacidosis during episodes of low blood sugar or if you are allergic to any of its ingredients. Don't share needles or insulin pens. Don't reuse needles. The most common side effect is low blood sugar, which may cause dizziness, sweating, confusion, and headache. Check your blood sugar. Low blood sugar can be serious and may be life-threatening. Injection site reactions may occur. Tell your prescriber about all medicines you take and all your medical conditions. Taking TZDs with insulins like Traceba may cause serious side effects like heart failure. Your insulin dose shouldn't be changed without asking your prescriber. Get medical help right away if you have trouble breathing, fast heartbeat, extreme drowsiness, swelling of your face, tongue, or throat, dizziness, or confusion.
I found my Traceba reason. Find yours.
Ask your healthcare provider about Traceba.
Reorganizing a space in your home? Save up to 15% on our premium finishes during the California Closets Autumn Upgrade event. Contact us today for a free design consultation. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Get more for your money at Sunset Subaru in Sarasota. Subaru vehicles hold their value better than any other brand for 2018, according to ALG. And Subaru is Kelley Blue Book's most trusted brand for 4 years running. The Subaru Impreza is an IIHS top safety pick for 11 years running. Lease a new Subaru Impreza today for just $182 a month, or get 0% financing with zero down. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
The ABC7 First Alert weather app just got even better. It's easy to use once you download it. First, tell the app to follow you, so you get alerts pinpointed to exactly where you are. Then customize your settings with all the places you go, from the beach to grandmother's house. Get accurate alerts for everyone you care about. You can even pick which weather alerts and categories you want and what they sound like. More ways to customize and more ways to keep your family safe. Download the ABC7 First Alert weather app today.
Introducing the ABC7 First Alert Weather Tracker. This all-new mobile weather lab is just one more way. The team you trust is keeping you ahead of the storms. The ABC7 First Alert Weather Tracker, sponsored by Mr. Sparky, America's on-time electrician.
Florida's coral reefs are declining. Bad news for our oceans and marine life. Fortunately, you can help, and you don't have to dive, you just have to drive. When you purchase Moat's Protect Our Reefs license plate, $25 goes directly to Moat Marine Laboratory, whose research, restoration, and conservation programs are helping this precious natural resource thrive once again. So get your Moat Protect Our Reefs license plate today. You just might hold the key to saving Florida's reefs.
Check out mysuncoast.com/dining, your guide to the foodie lifestyle.
Reorganizing a space in your home? Save up to 15% on our premium finishes during the California Closets Autumn Upgrade event. Contact us today for a free design consultation. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
This is the story of a boy who is very sensitive to lights and sounds. So he built secret hiding places where nothing could get in. The boy didn't like looking people in the eye. It made him feel uncomfortable. One day, he found out he had something called autism. His family got him help, and slowly, he learned how to live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
You're watching Good Morning Suncoast at 6:30.
Coming up, the hunt continues for the suspect accused of killing a Sarasota man last week. We'll tell you where deputies are searching today.
Tens of thousands of pounds of dead fish in Naples now, and red tide once again suspected.
And we'll tell you why several business owners in Venice are calling on city leaders to make a major change involving liquor being sold at community events. Those stories, plus your first alert forecast, coming up this half hour on Good Morning Suncoast. Welcome back. It's Tuesday morning at 6:29. I'm Jess Dowdrick.
I'm Ray Collins. October the 16th, John Scalzi is back in place where he belongs, where we like him to be. And John, warm one out there yesterday, huh?
Oh, yes, indeed. It sure was. Not quite a record yesterday. Yesterday's record was 96 degrees, but we did have a record overnight low temperature because it was on the warm side. We had a record warm overnight low, if that makes sense. It came in at 75 degrees. Normally would be in the 60s. So we were looking at a very warm afternoon as well here on the Suncoast with 92 our daytime high. And as far as rainfall goes across the state, there's just not a drop being found anywhere. And today, we'll probably only have about a 10% chance of an afternoon shower or two after that high of about 92. Back to you.
All right, talk to you again soon. Thank you, John. Checking the roads right now. Usual buildup there on the bridges you'll see from, actually this is unusual, Bradenton up north toward Palmetto. That's a first. Some congestion there on the East Bridge right there. Be aware of that. Otherwise, the usual delay on University westbound between Cooper Creek and Whitfield Avenue, Fruitville. Eastbound from Honore on in toward the interstate. And then our final map to the south will show us that there is no real problems. An earlier issue on 75 with debris in the road has since been cleared up. 6:31 right now. And the search is on for a Sarasota man wanted for murder.
Detectives are trying to find Daniel Davenport. Marla Spence joins us live in the newsroom with the latest on this investigation. Marla.
Hey, Jess and Ray. Yeah, the search is on for this man, 31-year-old Daniel Davenport. Now, he's wanted for the death of 55-year-old Sergio Hostens. Deputies say Hostens was murdered in Naples. He was reported missing just last Monday, and the next day after that, Collier County Sheriff's deputies launched a death investigation at a home in Naples after human remains belonging to Hostens were found. Now, we're told that the suspect, Davenport, had been living in the Fairway Oaks development in Sarasota, while Hostens, the victim, lived in an apartment complex off of University Parkway in Sarasota. Now, details as to exactly what happened and how the two may have known each other has yet to be released. People who live nearby say a murder suspect who lives so close to them and is on the run makes them frightened to live in their neighborhood.
Being that I have 6 children living in my home, I'm very scared. I'm worried. I didn't have any idea until I was told of the story. It scares me. It worries me.
And deputies have reason to believe Davenport may be in the Tampa Bay area and could be driving the victim's green Subaru Forester, like the one you see. That car has a Florida license plate number of I-8801K. If you see that license plate or that car, you are urged to call police. Ray?
Thank you, Marla. For the latest on this story and also breaking news and the forecast, check out our app under WWSB or under My Suncoast. Happening today, some residents in the Panhandle are finally being allowed to start returning to their homes. Hurricane Michael flattened Mexico Beach last week. The city manager there says residents will have to prove they lived there with ID. One resident who lives in Mexico Beach says he knew he had to leave right away when he found out that Michael was a Category 4 storm.
The city came around with a bullhorn on the car, sort of scared me. It was in 2004. We moved here in 2003, and so we loaded up, went to Tallahassee, and got in the worst storm over there, came home. This house was perfect. So we weren't going to leave this time, but when they said Category 4, we took off.
Good idea. For now, an evening curfew is still in place there, and residents will not be allowed to stay in their houses overnight. The death toll for Hurricane Michael now stands at 19 victims.
Red tide is believed to be the cause of tens of thousands of pounds of dead fish in Naples. Take a look. The fish were removed from Mooring Bay last week. Residents say the smell was overwhelming and that some of the fish were still alive and gasping for oxygen. A contractor hired by the county used nets to clean up the mess. So far, they have collected more than 32,000 pounds of dead fish. Remember, you can find all of our red tide coverage, including answers to your most asked questions, online at mysuncoast.com. Just click on red tide.
Well, some sad news here. Microsoft co-founder Paul Allen has passed away. He died of complications from non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. Allen founded Microsoft with Bill Gates back in 1975 after they dropped out of college together. Over his lifetime, Allen gave more than $2 billion to charity. He also owned the Seattle Seahawks and Portland Trail Blazers. Paul Allen was 65 years old.
Here on the Suncoast, SRQ is looking forward to a busy upcoming holiday season with numerous new routes starting soon. Allegiant Air started service in April, offering nonstop routes to Cincinnati, Indianapolis, and Pittsburgh. And now a second ultra-low-cost carrier, Frontier Airlines, will begin nonstop service to Atlanta, Cleveland, and Philadelphia on December 10th. American Airlines has also added 3 destinations, including Dallas, Chicago, and Philadelphia, beginning December 19th. And Delta will provide seasonal flights to Boston, Detroit, and New York.
Stone crab season is officially underway, but fishermen have reason to be crabby. This is file video of what it looks like usually. Hundreds of stone crab claws being brought in for local restaurants to serve. But instead, this year, fishermen are struggling with empty traps, and they know exactly what's to blame.
I believe it's a red tide. It's just the water quality's just been down. You know, whether they're pushed out into deeper water or what, we're not sure.
Hurricane Michael may also be impacting the location of these stone crabs since it stirred up waters in the Gulf last week. Stone crab season ends in mid-May.
As downtown Venice continues to beautify and reinvent itself, business owners are calling on city leaders to make a major change. They say the city is asking for trouble by allowing liquor to be sold at community events. Several downtown shop owners emailed the mayor saying they were disappointed that alcohol was served at this year's Venice Beach Party. The event is usually held on Venice Beach, but because of red tide, it was held in downtown this year at Centennial Park, just steps away from a children's fountain and playground. A concerned email prompted city council members to vote on whether to ban hard liquor at these special events, but they voted no on that motion.
I think that's the proper thing to do, have it in an open forum, have a discussion. All that does is make the whole event better. If you can get it all out on the table and discuss it, I think you end up with better events all the way around.
The city says they feel the right decision has already been made, and if something were to come up again in the future, they would go through the same voting process to figure out how to move forward. And a new study took a look at one of the more obscure potential impacts of climate change: beer. It found that climate change could cause a beer shortage. That's because one of beer's main ingredients, barley, is sensitive to extreme drought and heat. The study found global warming will lead to substantial decreases in barley crop yields, causing beer shortages and a sharp rise in prices. The authors say the aim of the study was not to encourage people to drink more beer today, but to show that climate change will impact your quality of life tomorrow.
They got our attention. Happening today, get your lucky numbers ready. It's the first of 2 major nationwide lottery jackpot drawings. Players have a chance to win big this week as the country's dueling jackpots, Mega Millions and Powerball, continue to climb, reaching a combined total of nearly $1 billion. The Mega Millions jackpot right now, $650 million. Powerball, $345 million. Tonight's drawing for the Mega Millions is at 11 o'clock, and the next Powerball drawing is Wednesday night. I'm going to have to play this time. Wow.
Yeah, a few more hours to go get our tickets. We better get them after the show.
We got a little carpool. Still ahead on Good Morning Suncoast. We'll tell you why a new study claims that working longer hours every week could mean bad news for your long-term health. Hope the boss is watching this one.
And rapper Kanye West makes his return to social media. I know you can't wait for this one. We'll tell you what he said to say to his fans on Twitter after deleting his accounts last week. But first, let's get a look outside.
Pretty shot there of the Rosemary District in downtown Sarasota skyline. As far as the red tide status goes locally for that, let's go to Professor John Scalzi.
Well, these were reports coming in from Moulton Marine as of yesterday. They'll be updated about 10 o'clock this morning, but it's good news. Most locations not seeing any evidence of red tide in the air. No irritants, and only a couple of locations seeing low amounts. So that's good news. If you are headed to the beach today, you can expect a UV index of about an 8 today. Sun angle's a little bit lower in the sky, so the UV index is going down a tad. 89 at the coastline with a sea breeze forming in the afternoon. Complete forecast in a minute.
Picking out a new ceiling fan? That's a do-it-yourself. Installing your new ceiling fan?
No.
That's a don't do it yourself. For ceiling fans, rewires, or anything electrical, play it safe. And call on the trained electricians from your locally owned Mr. Sparky. It's no accident that so many of our customers are repeat customers. Trust Mr. Sparky for all your electrical repairs.
Call 888-8-SPARKY.
Blue 32! Blue 32! Hut hut! It's the Ghetto Gridiron Challenge. The game's on to sell 2,000 vehicles. 12 teams compete for the #1 spot. Score a great deal at every Ghetto dealership. Buy with 0 down. Make no payments for 90 days. Choose from 14 of your favorite brands, all on sale. Who will make it to the end zone? You decide. Rush to a Ghetto location near you or visit Ghetto.com.
Ghetto's got it.
Hunger is a growing problem in our area, and a huge number of Suncoast residents are suffering in silence.
It could be your coworker,
your child's classmate,
or your friend fighting to secure their next meal. But you can help.
ABC7 is partnering with local organizations to help feed the Suncoast.
Go to mysuncoast.com/hunger to join the fight. Help us.
Help the hungry.
You want a Maserati, but you need an SUV. Why not have both? Levante, the Maserati of SUVs.
Experience it at Sunset Maserati Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
So I kind of grew up all across the country. I come from 5 generations of military men. My dad is still active duty. My grandpa is retired Marines. I like going for runs with my dog. I love, taking her out to the dog beach over in Venice. There are so many things here to do on the Suncoast. My goal every day when I come into work at ABC7 is to tell your stories, give you that major local news and those details that you really care about. I'm Jacqueline Matter, and I'm here for you.
This is what high blood pressure looks like. Talk with your doctor to create a treatment plan that works for you. Go to loweryourhbp.org.
Like ABC7 on Facebook to stay connected to the team you trust.
We're losing exotic animals on a daily basis, and the ones that we have in captivity are really the ambassadors for their wild counterparts. I'm Clayton Rozier from the Big Cat Habitat and Gulf Coast Sanctuary, housing over 150 exotic animals that needed a great home. And if you love animals, please help them. Do it locally. Support your local no-kill shelters, your local wild animal sanctuaries. Make a difference where you can.
Now your ABC7 First Alert weather forecast with meteorologist John Scalzi.
So we're looking at a warm start to the morning. If you're just heading out of doors, get ready, because that wall of humidity is going to hit you as I head out the door. We got a 74-degree dew point and a 75-degree temperature. When you have dew point and temperature pretty close to each other, you get up there in the numbers with relative humidity. We're at 96% right now, relative humidity. We'll watch our morning start off pretty sunny as dawn breaks on the Suncoast. We'll look for sunshine to steadily increase our temperature till we get to about 3 p.m. when we'll top it out at around 92. Our record for the day is 93, so we're going to be pretty close to getting to the record. In some places we'll exceed the record, but at the airport I think we'll probably will not break a record today. We'll just get close to it. About a 10% chance of cooling rain showers this afternoon. That's it, because of a big ridge of high pressure that sets over us and has a sinking dome of air that doesn't allow the clouds to grow. And consequently, we're going to look a lot this afternoon like we're looking right now on radar, which is quiet, without any echoes being visible anywhere really across the state. That high pressure ridge is going to be a dominant feature for us over the next several days. We have a stalled frontal boundary located back to the north. Eventually, that stalled frontal boundary will get on the move, but that's not going to happen until later in the week, when it will become kind of morph into a backdoor cold front, as it were. But for the next couple of days, it stalls out just to our north, with rain showers riding along that frontal boundary, never making it to us. We stay on the dry side with a big ridge of high pressure extending across the state and nosing out into Gulf waters. We get the easterly wind flow, and we might see a shower or two, particularly down to our south, but it's not going to be widespread, and it certainly won't be very heavy rainfall. Humid today, a few isolated showers, and warm. That's what our panel just said. We're looking at the futurecast showing a few scattered showers back to the west. Some of the showers could be heavy. Thunderstorm activity possible here. Nothing severe, but certainly thunderstorms are possible. For us here in Florida, this streak of warm temperatures really just has to continue as long as we have this ridge of high pressure over us. And as you just saw, maybe an isolated shower or two pop up. A pop of lightning, it's possible. Certainly any thunderstorms that we get today would be totally non-severe in nature, but it's much more likely just to get a quick passing shower, and even that is not all that likely. Only about a 10% chance of that. If you look at where the thunderstorms are going to be located in the state of Florida today, it is on our coast, but that chance is small. It'll be on our coast because that easterly wind is going to pin our sea breeze close to the west coast of Florida as opposed to it making it over to the east coast of Florida. Tropics, quiet in the Atlantic. We do have one area of concern that is mostly of concern for the Central American states. 40% chance of development into a depression probably there over the next several days. It'll move toward Belize. It has very little, if any, impact on the state of Florida. Maybe down the road we might get a little bit of its moisture in a much modified form, but it's no big deal. South wind coming in at about 5 knots, turning to the northeast at about 10 later on today. 2-foot seas, light chop. In the forecast calls for that 10%, that's it, chance of showers today with a high of 92. Next couple of days stay dry. We have that backdoor cold front arriving on Friday with a slightly elevated rain chance, but really no cooler air into the weekend until the next cold front comes through, reduces our temperatures, and ups our rain chance beginning of next week. Back to you.
All right, thank you, John. Taking a look now at first alert traffic. We start in Manatee County. For the most part, things seem to be running smoothly, a little slowdowns here and there. But again, for the most part, everything's okay. And we head south to Sarasota County. There's a little bit of a slowdown on US 41 near Fruitville Road if you're heading southbound and heading south into South County. Things overall seem to be running smoothly. A little bit of a slowdown on US 41, but for the most part, you're in the clear. In HealthSmart, working long hours every week could be bad for your health.
I thought so. New research shows from NYU that working longer than the average 40-hour work week has been linked to negative health effects, while working fewer hours each week could actually help you feel healthier. Here are 4 ways a shorter work week could help improve your health. 1, less stress. Those who work less tend to have a lower risk of anxiety and depression. 2, more sleep. A lack of sleep can lead to a poor performance and memory. What was I saying again? 3, your health generally improves. Working less lowers the risk of heart disease in adults. And finally, you get to spend more time with loved ones that can help encourage you to stay active and exercise. And I can say at work today, the guy on TV says I can work less.
I wonder if that'll work.
Take that note to your boss.
In entertainment news, The Conners makes its debut tonight here on ABC, and a major milestone for Mamma Mia.
Jason Nathanson has our showbiz wrap.
Tonight, it's the return of the sitcom Roseanne without Roseanne. The Conners makes its debut on ABC 5 months after a tweet thought by many to be racist got Barr fired from the show she created. On the debut, we'll find out the fate of Roseanne's character, and then we'll see how the ratings do without the controversial star. Lady Gaga and Bradley Cooper have the #1 album in the country. The soundtrack to A Star Is Born, featuring a duetting duo, is debuted atop the Billboard 200 chart. It's Gaga's 5th #1 album and also gives her the most #1s for a woman this decade. Mamma Mia, here they go again. The film is celebrating its 10th anniversary by returning to movie theaters next month. It'll be on 400 screens for 2 days only, November 4th and 6th. And happy birthday today to 2 distinctly different celebrities. Flea from the Red Hot Chili Peppers turns 56.
There's something I can't quite put my finger on that's not right.
While Murder, She Wrote star Angela Lansbury turns 93. And that's what's happening in Hollywood. I'm Jason Nathanson, ABC News, Los Angeles.
Kanye West is back online Over a week after deleting his Twitter and Instagram accounts, I don't know how we survived without him online. The rapper shared a series of videos on Twitter with more than 9 minutes of West offering his thoughts on a variety of subjects, including the role he thinks social media plays in mind control. West has been criticized for his support of President Trump and for comments he made during an Oval Office meeting with the commander-in-chief last week. Another tweet shows a look at a pop-up studio in Uganda where West is reportedly recording his next album.
6:49 right now, your day's top 7 news headlines. Straight ahead first, a live shot now from the Panhandle. This is Mexico Beach, or what is left of it.
You can see the damage there from Hurricane Michael. It's absolutely devastating.
Residents are coming back to their houses today with photo ID to get in. They have to leave before nightfall. They can't stay in their houses yet. We'll have the top 7 headlines after this.
Reorganizing a space in your home? Save up to 15% on our premium finishes during the California Closets Autumn Upgrade event. Contact us today for a free design consultation. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
Christmas Traditions by Lux Art Silks, where more is merrier. Make your holidays sparkle with style. Browse our amazing showroom, cute collectible cottages, and beautiful Christmas displays. Find the inspiration, selection, and quality you need to deck the halls merry and bright. Christmas Traditions also features the area's largest selection of quality pre-lit Christmas trees, every size, shape, and color, and plenty of decorations to make your home shine for the holidays. Christmas Traditions by Lux Art Silks, where more is merrier. Visit us on New 301, just a quarter mile north of University Parkway.
Need more space in your place? The More Space Place can help with Murphy beds that disappear to reveal a home office, living room, or den. Custom closets with designated areas for your shoes, bags, wardrobe, and accessories. Custom-built entertainment centers, garage storage systems, and more. The More Space Place has 3 showrooms next to Sonny's on US 41 South in Sarasota, on Lakewood Ranch Boulevard just south of State Route 64 in Bradenton, and on Tamiami Trail next to Panera Bread in Port Charlotte. Put more space in your place at the More Space Place.
Here we go. We're gonna go out there in the rain. Gonna get wet. All right, here we go. Okay, quick. Oh yeah, yes. So much fun. Mwah. We're getting so wet.
Stay connected to your clients and new customers using ABC7 Digital Media Services. Our team of professionals provide a wide array of digital services to help you get the most out of your website. We specialize in building and helping you maintain the most effective digital solutions for your business. It's vital that your online presence stands out, so our experts will equip you with the best resources available. Trust ABC7 Digital Media Services to give you the right tools to grow your business.
Investigate TV tackles the tough topics.
What happened to my life was awful.
When your health is compromised, we investigate.
They are really drug dealers in white coats.
Corporate greed exposed.
How do you trust them to run this program?
The powerful held accountable with in-depth journalism led by award-winning journalist Lee Zurich. We're your watchdog. Search Investigate TV on your Roku device. Download it now.
This is what high blood pressure looks like. Talk with your doctor to create a treatment plan that works for you. Go to loweryourhbp.org.
Keep up with the Suncoast. Watch your favorite ABC7 shows on your streaming device.
Reorganizing a space in your home? Save up to 15% on our premium finishes during the California Closets Autumn Upgrade event. Contact us today for a free design consultation. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
Welcome back. Here are the top 7 things you need to know before you head out the door at 7 o'clock.
Number 1 is John Scalzi's first alert weather forecast, sir.
Thanks very much, Ray. So we have 3 things on the boards for you today. First of all, it's going to be a hot day, no doubt about it. Sunny skies will lead to temperatures that will climb up to near 92, which will be close to a record, and we'll have very little chance of rain. Satellite view shows all the sun we expect to see later today.
All right, number 2, not much to report right now. Local traffic, all the roads checking free and clear. Just take it slowly as you head out the door this morning.
And number 3, the manhunt is on this morning for the man accused of killing another Sarasota man last week. Sarasota County deputies are searching for Daniel Davenport, who's been named a suspect in the death of Sergio Hostens. Hostens' remains were found on a work site in Collier County.
Number 4, Sarasota City Commissioners have reaffirmed their plans to knock down the former Gee Whiz Museum in a 3-2 vote with preservationists watching closely. The city voted to spend $200,000 to demolish this 1976 building to make room for the 52-acre Bayfront redevelopment project.
Number 5, a child in Florida has died from flu complications. It's the first reported pediatric death in the state for the 2018-2019 flu season. The child had not received a flu vaccination when they died.
Number 6, Northport has another assistant city manager, 2 now total. Jason Yarborough comes from Lake Helen in Central Florida and will make $113,000 per year.
Finally, number 7, what's trending? For $2,000, you could pay your rent, pay off some bills, or buy a cheeseburger pizza in New York City. That's right. Champion Pizza in New York City is offering up a 40-pound pizza monstrosity. It consists of 5 layers of meat, cheese, lettuce, onions, tomatoes, ketchup, and pepperoni, all with a $2,000 price tag. Proceeds from the pie go to a good cause, though, and will help those impacted by Hurricane Florence in North Carolina.
Nice twist there. How many do you want, John? 1 or 2?
I could take 5 or 6, sure. If you're buying.
Large soda. All right, thank you for watching Good Morning Suncoast.
All right, stick around. Good Morning America is coming up next. We hope you have a great day.